I'm NichBoy and today I'm playing Mighty Number 9 by Concept. You all know what this game is, you all heard the stories and the rumors, and they're probably all true. We were gonna make this video on Wednesday, on the day the game came out. We bought it on Steam, and then we realized that the game was not actually available on PC or Mac or Linux at that time, that it had been delayed and it only unlocked today. And we couldn't get it on PSN, and it wasn't available on sort of pretty much half of the platforms that the game was released on. It wasn't released on the day that it was actually available. So that's all very strange. But let's jump in now and take a look, and I'm going in, fresh slate right now. All the baggage is gone. It's a fresh game. Let's take a look.
It is the present year.
It is the present year? What does that even mean? It's now.
Violence is confined to the Battle Coliseum, where robot combatants face off in spectacular duels. Today, the Coliseum walls once again echo with the shouts and cheers of excited fans. When, suddenly...
Oh no. Everything went orange. I like that opening cut frame.
System ready? Go!
That's some terrible fire textures. Professor! Oh, look how cool that professor's hair is.
It's chaos everywhere. Well, we won't figure it out here. We must make for the laboratory, and quickly.
Yes.
Beck, you forge ahead and clear a secure path. I'll follow and monitor your progress. Yes, sir.
These little cheeks. Those little gang tattoos? Has he killed people? They look like tears. Oh, this is a bad guy for sure.
Once again, the president has declared a countrywide state of emergency.
It's the president, so yes.
This based on reports of haywire robots rampaging out of control in all 52 states.
It actually says there, sound only.
Attention! Attention! Is this thing on?
It's like the excuse to not have to make the
My
video.
fellow Americans, in this time of crisis, we at Cherry Dine would just like to express that this isn't our fault. It's that Dr. Blackwell. He's the one behind this. Blame him! And now let's go live to our Eye in the Sky Obby for today's Obby News Traffic Report. Thanks, Obby. As you can see, we've got a few accidents eastbound on, well, everywhere!
Mighty number 6! What does he think he's doing? Unless... could he be malfunctioning too?
Okay, right, so if Mighty Number 6 is malfunctioning, and let me just shoot these boxes, then we're looking at a similar situation to Mega Man, where we've just got other pretty much Mega Man that we need to defeat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. This guy looks tough.
Security bot. And it's out of control, like all the
It
others.
does look pretty out of control.
Beck, there's no other way. You'll need to fight your way through. You can handle this. I know you can. Professor, I'll do it.
Professor, I couldn't kill, I'll do it. That was good stuff. RB to accelerate towards the enemy. Okay, right, cool. I got a little dash.
Just absorb the cells of a weakened robot and my goodness, assimilate them? Of course, I
No,
designed
can't shoot up.
that capability.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I needed that.
Is that giving me health? What is that actually giving me? Superpowers?
That's more like it.
Right, so when they turn into little pixelated things, then that's when you can dash across them. Ah, and has that upgraded my gun? It looks like it has, yes.
I've sealed myself in the lab, but who knows how long before they break through?
Understood. We're already on our way. You try to hold them off as best.
So far, I like the little zap thing. That feels like kinetic movement, because his actual run is a little clunky. It could be because the actual animation of it. Like, because he takes these long steps, it kind of feels like he's running through molasses or something. Like he's running in slow motion, so therefore it feels like the character is slow, but it's actually just his animation that's making him look slow.
Bring it, that's more like it.
Got shields, and I'm dead. All right. At least we're just back here. Why do those fancy robots get to materialize, and then these ones just seem to be dropped off in crates when they're exactly the same robot? What's going on? The fact that you can't shoot up is incredibly frustrating. I mean, Mega Man had directional shooting. Oh, get out of there. Which was part of being able to platform properly. Here, I mean, there are parts where, particularly these little flying robots, where they're just above the line of your gunfire when you're standing on the ground, so you need to jump and time that shot, which is just very inelegant. So, okay, so everything is a robot. It's a warning to our future that if you make everything a robot, when they turn on you, terrible things happen. I don't want to be killed by my trash can. Why do you get multi-directional shooting? How have we developed multi-directional shooting for stationary robots and not for Mega Boy? TM. What's his name? What's his name? It's not Kid, Mech, Buck, Beck. Beck, like the singer.
That's more like it.
That is not a particularly efficient laser that it actually just fades out. It's not that it can't reach me, it just sort of disappears. It's not strong enough.
Right, the lab is just ahead. Sonda, are you still there?
I love his little face slide. That's adorable. I don't know how it works, but okay. It's a bus.
Demolition unit. How on earth did it manage to get down there? Beck, quickly. You must stop it before it destroys the entire laboratory.
Con 502, round digger. 300, 450. Face the right way, mate. I think he's nearly dead. Oh, he's got like a double health bar. Okay, his health bar's kind of strange. Oh, it keeps flicking back the other way. Go, 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 go! Ah! I saw pixels, I dove, and I just crushed my skull.
Come on.
Oh, slow-mo. Oh, snap out of it. Like, stop being possessed? I guess? I don't know.
Sonda, are you all right?
Well, Beck.
Oh no. He's into some weird shit.
Well, based on empirical evidence, I believe they might be suffering from this robot affliction that's going around.
Crikey! It's like every bot in America went completely nuts all at once.
Why can't you
Contact
move
my
your
brother at
mouths?
the head office in Tokyo. Maybe he can send help.
Nah, I reckon your brother's the problem. Look at him, he's the bad guy.
Understand. The Japanese government won't let us intervene until we know the cause of the malfunctions.
Really?
I was afraid of that. But it makes sense. After all,
Does it?
any robots you send to help could be affected as well, making things even worse.
Just to confirm, Mr. Sonda, if we can isolate the cause of the robot rampage, you'll send aid?
Absolutely, Professor White. Anything we can do. Did you have a plan in mind?
Yes. We'll send Beck to track down all his fellow mighty numbers. Great idea! Wait, what? His assimilation ability should filter any irregularities from his siblings' programming. If we can gather and study multiple samples, perhaps we can isolate the cause of the problem.
It's a long shot, but it's our only hope. The fate of the entire country hangs in the balance. I'll finish
His
reactivating
stupid smile,
Paul so
and
she
she's
can
just
provide
like,
support.
please let me out
Let's
of this
get
sex
to it.
dungeon.
All right, quit your lollygagging. It's up to us to stop those
Ah,
Go ahead and choose your next target.
Okay, cool. So this is quite stop it! I just want to choose target. How do I select my next target? Okay, so just like Mega Man, you can pick the order of the stages in any way you want. So all the Mighties, that looks like a sort of bird flea one. That's an angry guy with a dart in his mouth. That's Birdcopter. That's like a little knight. He's just two tires with a face. She's not a robot. That's an octopus face. That's a zebra dressed up as like a flaming phoenix. And that's what I just did. Let's go with... well, I don't want to go to fire because I don't like the fire textures. Let's go... I feel like I don't want to go that deep. Let's try this one.
You, all set, then?
No, I'm not. Explain to me.
Mighty number 2, Cryosphere, has been traced to this treatment plant, which subsequently ceased operations.
Okay.
Mighty
No,
number
don't
2
explain again.
You,
Stop.
all set?
Yes. Why is there an explain button? Why doesn't that little voiceover happen right now? This is the moment for the voiceover. Right here. This is also the moment for any part of the game. Good.
Ready? Go! What's this? The main entrance is frozen shut!
What?
Proceed east. I've located an alternate route into the waterworks via the reservoir.
What? I can barely see. How dirty is this water? This is why all the robots have gone crazy. They got shit in their filters. Oh, I'm so sorry I chose this level. I thought it would be cool because there would be ice and water, but apparently we're just swimming in the urine of someone who hasn't drunk anything for a couple of days. Okay, so what are these little... so they're kind of changing my gun, which is cool. So they're combining to be different sort of projectiles, I guess. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, yes, the old era. You get hit with one projectile and you bounce backwards to the beginning of the level. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Go to the bottom of the ladder and just work my way up and make sure that I don't get hit by those things. In fact, I'm not gonna fight these guys. I mean, I guess I can't have it both ways, right? Like, I can't complain that I'm being sent back to the beginning of the level and I have to redo everything. And also complain that I can skip everything. That is me being too greedy with my knitting picking. I like this infinite dash though, this is handy. Thank you. Oh no, not that stuff. Oh no, so much of this stuff! I do not like how that flops. I do not like that flopping. Like, what even is it? What is all this stuff doing underwater? Oh, come on, it lagged. Okay, what is all this electricity doing underwater? That's what I want. Just always be dashing. My motto is always be dashing. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, you're friendly. Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta love this frame rate issue though. It's really handy when it freezes up in this sort of platform. Okay, slippery. Slippery. At least Claw, go away!
Well, nice to see you, Beck.
Oh, hi.
You're on thin ice here, Ren, so try not to get cold feet, okay?
Throwing nuts at me. They're kind of just playing Pong. Nope. Every time. Every time. Every time. Okay.
Game over.
I'm taking the stick off this so that I can't use it. I don't know if that's... Retire? Really? Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, so that is Mighty number 9. And by this point, with everything that's happened with this game, I was prepared to be disappointed. I had lowered my expectations. The game isn't awful. It's not a terrible, terrible game. It just doesn't really do anything particularly well. Inafune was the guy who created Mega Man. And then when it was announced that he would be making this game, then it's like, fantastic, we're going back to the guy who made this really great platforming series. But it feels like Inafune hasn't played his own games and then also hasn't played any other video games since Mega Man because it so feels stuck in the past. It is such a NES era style platformer where you don't even have something like multi-directional shooting like you have in Mega Man. So you're jumping and you're hitting things that are just too high to be hit when you're standing on the ground. It's just corridor to room to corridor to room, and in those corridors it's just two enemies standing there. And I know I'm early in the game, but one of the great things about Mega Man is you get in and instantly you start getting your butt kicked, that you need to start learning the game straight away. And here it's just, it doesn't feel inspired, it just feels really rote. And that's disappointing from someone who actually inspired a lot of people to make other games. So not only has it not taken the great things about Mega Man from the level design and the sort of kinetic combat, it also hasn't learned from a bunch of games that have come out since then. And I think of something which, a game like Ori and the Blind Forest, which is one of the best platformers to come out in years, and was so heavily inspired by games like Metroid, and had refined what they had learned when the developers were playing those games as a kid, and turned it into something that has also taken lessons from the future about what people expect from games now in terms of speed and level design and complexity. There's no complexity here, it's just really simple and basic. The one cool thing that I did like about it was the dash. I think the dash move is cool. You shoot people until they turn into pixels, then you dash through them. That gives you upgrades to your abilities. The problem with the dash as it's implemented now is that it's only implemented on 2-3 enemies standing in a row, and then you need to run to the next corridor or room. You're not dashing around the room combining this multiplier, but it feels like you should, because when you do a dash, it gives you all this on-screen font and excitement and noise going, yes, you did a good combo. Let me chain those combos together. Maybe later in the game that happens, but it should be happening now. You should be starting with your best foot forward in terms of your combat system, and the dashing is the best foot of the combat system. Technically as well, it's just not impressive. I mean, Underwater looked terrible, looked awful. I could barely see what was going on. Everything just looks kind of very cheap. That's what it feels like. It feels quite cheap. And the game wasn't cheap. It was actually millions of dollars that he got. But regardless, cheapness prevails. Technically, it's freezing a lot as well, and that's not a great thing when you have a platformer. And I don't know whether or not it was my controller, and I'm using the Xbox Elite controller, or it was the game, but he was facing the wrong way for half the time I was in a boss fight. And I don't know if it was just like I would move the thumbstick and then it would sort of flick back the other way. Doesn't happen in any other game I use this controller for. Even if it is the controller's fault, the game should recognize, oh, these sorts of controllers will be used, so we'll compensate for whatever weird way they're doing their inputs. But it doesn't. So I'm shooting a wall for half of a boss fight, and that's not fun. Yeah, so that's Mighty Number 9. Mighty disappointing, but you know, we had come to expect this, and I guess at least now we can stop talking about the game and move on to other things that we can look forward to being disappointed by. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Pocket My Pocketeers. NichBoy out. Mwah!